I'm Ishmael.
And this is
Help Us. So, Rachel, I started Infusions.
Okay, so I know this, but I don't. And I'm like, oh, how are your infusions today? I don't know what the fuck it is. So. I'm being legit.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so basically what it is for the past 3 years, I've tried all different combinations of medications to try and get my colitis under control, and it hasn't worked. So, and then I had a scope on February 1st where they're like, yeah, it's not getting better. In fact, it's like a little bit worse.
We tried yoga.
And so they basically said, we need to fast track you to get you onto biologics, which are like an infusion treatment. So it's administered just like chemo in the sense that it's done through an IV. So I just started them. I've only had 2 so far.
How long does it take?
So it's like an hour for the pre-meds, which is anything to make sure that I don't have any allergic reactions to the actual medication. And then, so I sit there for an hour on an IV for pre-meds, and then 2 hours after that for the actual medication, and then 1 hour after that for observation. So you're there for a total of 4 hours. It depends on the medication you're on. So I'm on Inflectra, which is also known as Infleximab, which is the generic version of Remicade, which a lot of people know and a lot of people have taken because Remicade's been around for like 30 years. But there's also things like Entyvio, which is a newer drug that people get their infusions done in like half an hour. And apparently they have less side effects. But
I was going to say, what are the side effects?
it differs. Like there's a huge long list of potential side effects, some of which my GI actually started off by telling, when I asked her what the side effects were, she was like, oh, well, you could get lymphoma or MS. And that's kind of where she left it. And I was like, oh, shit.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, but the reality is those are like a very slight chance and like a low possibility of getting. I don't know why she chose to only tell me those ones. But
what are the more common ones?
So usually the day after, people tend to be really, really tired. So for instance, I had my infusion this past Wednesday, my second one, and then by Friday I was just like exhausted. I just slept a lot and like laid around. And then another thing that happens to people, that has happened to me too, is sometimes you can get a lot of like pressure in your chest and abdomen, which kind of like restricts your breathing a little bit, and you kind of struggle to like breathe, and there's like quite a bit of pain associated with that too. Bloating, like really uncomfortable bloating and cramping. Those are the ones that I've experienced, but I mean everybody experiences like different things. Some people have really bad reactions during the infusions and they can't be on it and they have to be like put on ventilators and stuff. And, yeah. So luckily I haven't had any of that, and all of my symptoms that I've had have just like lasted or side effects that I've had have lasted just a short period of time. But yeah, so that's what I'm currently doing, and it starts off with you go once and then you go 2 weeks later, and then you go 4 weeks after that one, and then they're gonna assess it and decide if I go 6 weeks after that or 8 weeks, and if it works for me, then it becomes something that I have to do every 8 weeks until it stops working, or yeah.
Is there a cost? Like, is it covered?
I had to get, like, it's covered under my health plan, but I didn't want to put strain on my work health plan, so I ended up getting a separate health plan just for myself outside of work, and it's about $3,000 every time you go, but my benefits cover that.
Amazing.
Yeah, so obviously it's different every country and even every province.
Yeah, for someone that wouldn't have that covered.
Yeah, so
that would be terrible.
For a lot of people in different parts of the world, they don't have coverage and they can't afford to get the treatments. Because like, who can really afford $3,000 every few months or at the beginning every few weeks? But yeah, overall, just sit there for like 4 hours and make new friends.
Yeah, do you have any infusion friends?
Well, they're different people every time.
You guys can't like buddy up and like, hey, when's your infusion? I'll book mine then.
No, but I always ask everybody, so what are you in here for?
What are most people in for?
A lot of them, it was like half and half. So some people come in, one guy that had asthma, and he was like, he had to get a shot in his arm. A lot of people that came in with colitis or Crohn's, but they were on different medications, so they would be there for like half an hour, and I'd just be sitting there for 4 hours. So I saw like a lot of people coming through, and I'd like greet them.
At least you get to hang out with people. They don't just like shove you in a tiny room.
The first one I was put in a different room, but that's because there were a lot of people that came to visit on the first one, and then also.
Wait a minute, like people you know?
Yeah, people I know.
Was I supposed to come visit?
No.
Was that? I didn't know that was a thing.
No.
But it was more like I'm going to the doctor, and I was like, okay, have fun.
No. And also they wanted
I feel
to
like
make
an
sure.
asshole.
They also wanted to make sure that on the first one I was like comfortable and they could explain everything to me, and so yeah, just was put in like a private room, but
With all your closest friends.
just like
Just everyone that
like,
means anything in your
just
life.
like 20 of just like it was a small, it was like an exclusive event.
Well, I wasn't invited.
I'm sorry you didn't get the invite. It's probably in the mail.
This water is delicious.
Oh, I'm having vodka.
Oh. Should you be having that during your
No,
infusions?
I actually don't drink anymore. And it's not because of the infusions. You're actually allowed to drink while you're on infusions. Obviously in moderation. You're not supposed to get drunk because your immune system is really suppressed anyways. But it's the
Yeah.
prednisone that I'm not supposed to be drinking on. And so I'm on prednisone right now too. So I'm on the steroids and I'm doing infusions.
Have you noticed a difference with not consuming alcohol?
I'm not hungover.
Happiness level down.
Yeah.
Actually, alcohol is a depressant.
Except for tequila.
Tequila is not a depressant. Is it an upper? What is it?
I don't know. But yeah, tequila is actually an upper.
Why?
I don't know. And it's actually good for inflammation too.
I hate tequila.
Oh, I love tequila. Another thing they told me is I can't have tattoos. Well, I have to be really careful while getting
Are you getting
infusions.
some?
Well, I wanted to get more, but they said that I need to be careful because you're more susceptible to infections and stuff when you're getting infusions. So
Slicing your skin open.
yeah, and then it takes longer to heal while you're on infusions too, and getting any kind of like blood infection or something can be fatal.
So most important,
Yeah.
what tattoos do you want? 'Cause
Well,
I have a couple I like.
so I was gonna get your face,
Yes.
like on my back.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
That was a given, but like, what about your other ones?
There was one with eyes.
Like a peeping Tom?
No, just Wilson from Home Improvement looking over the fence.
Someone totally has that tattoo.
Probably.
And we've just aged ourselves, okay? We're 27, so
We're 26 and a half.
we're 27 if you could just not do that.
So that's all I got for infusion stories, but I mean, I'll keep everybody updated through my Instagram, as well as if anything changes, I'm sure we'll talk about it on here. And if Rachel has any more questions.
Got nothing. No infusions for me.
No.
I did a face mask today.
Kind of the same thing.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I posted it, so.
Kind of. Yeah, she posted it.
I did.
But anyways, thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. And we post new episodes every Wednesday. People think we're funny. I mean, I think Rachel's funny.
Anthony. Bye.